This year, two game consoles, the OnePlus 15 and iQOO 15, have been disassembled. So how do you choose today? You'll know after watching the teardown. The OnePlus 15 features aerospace-grade nanomagnetic metal with ceramic grown on metal, said to be twice as hard as titanium alloy. I'll just crack it open and show you guys. The latest flagship from OnePlus, the OnePlus 15, was bought for $4,299 for a teardown for everyone. I chose this June color, which really fits my aesthetic. It feels grainy like a ceramic pot. In the words of Boss Zhang, that is,
it feels really damn good.
In terms of appearance, compared to the iQOO 15, one is more restrained and the other is more flamboyant. I wonder which style everyone prefers. Comparing the screens of OnePlus this time with the iQOO 15, in terms of brightness, the M14 screen of the iQOO 15 is brighter. Both have promoted high nits, but in terms of darkness, the Oriental X3 screen of the OnePlus 13 is darker. So one is suitable for watching movies under the covers, and the other is suitable for playing mobile games outdoors. As for the front bezel, without a doubt, the one on the OnePlus is narrower. After all, the packaging process is the same as the Big Brother Find X9. I also tried the OnePlus screen with 165Hz, and there have been phones with 165Hz screens before. How many of you still remember? OnePlus claims to support mainstream graphic and game software. I checked, and in short video apps it's 90Hz. On the desktop and regular apps it's 120Hz. And in the mainstream information apps that OnePlus mentioned, it indeed reaches 165Hz. Compared to the iPhone's 120Hz, you can actually see the difference not just in slow motion, but also with the naked eye. Looking at my software version, Peace Elite can currently only go up to 144. It might not be adapted yet, but it should catch up soon. Okay, that's about it for the outside. So how about the internals of the OnePlus 15? How much has it improved compared to the previous generation? Let's go ahead and take it apart. After heating, remove this back cover. We're still doing a forceful tear down. The back cover of this OnePlus 15 is exceptionally difficult to remove. It took a tremendous amount of effort. As you can see around the camera module, there is a lot of structural adhesive reinforcement. This year, the back covers of phones are basically made of fiberglass, which has the advantage of being drop resistant. The camera module seems to be made of aluminum, and it's covered with a layer of aerospace-grade nanomagnetic metal that they promoted this time.
It is said that this magnetic metal coating has been applied, and the surface hardness has directly reached twice that of titanium alloy and 3 times that of aluminum alloy. Previously, it was used in aerospace and aluminum alloy armor.
Then let's take a look at the internal structure of the OnePlus 15. From 1 to 91, what score would you give it? I've always liked the craftsmanship of this brand. It's quite neat, and if you look closely, you can see that the small components on these boards are sealed with glue. Let's remove the motherboard, sound effect. You can see that the infrared remote control, laser focus module, flash, and light sensor are integrated at the lens code position on the motherboard cover. On the other side there is the NFC coil, and below is a 50-watt wireless charging coil. Additionally, its graphene cooling area is very large, covering the entire battery and tail plug section. After removing the motherboard cover, we can see that the battery of this OnePlus 15 takes up a lot of space, so it's clear that the width of the mainboard and subboard in this generation is significantly narrower than the previous generation. Next, let's remove the camera module. The front camera parameters are the same as the previous generation, just with a different supplier. Both are 32 million pixels with a 1/2.74-inch sensor. The main camera is a slightly smaller IMX906 than the previous generation, and the wide angle is a slightly smaller OV50B than the previous generation. This is a 1/2.75-inch Samsung GM5 inverted periscope telephoto. Oppo's inverted periscope is truly a genius design, saving a lot of internal space in the device. To briefly summarize this imaging configuration, the sensor sizes of the rear triple cameras are slightly smaller compared to the previous generation OnePlus 13. However, because this generation includes the self-developed film imaging, the actual imaging effect can be compensated, so there's not much impact. Now let's remove this motherboard. You see, OnePlus has insulated tape on these ribbon cable connectors to prevent components from short-circuiting or leaking electricity. And from the side, you can see that the OnePlus 15's motherboard has a dual-layer stacked design. On the back in the heat-generating area, a large piece of thermal grease is applied. Additionally, a hole is directly cut into the middle frame, allowing the vapor chamber liquid cooling to directly contact the motherboard. The processor used this time is the 5th generation Snapdragon 8 Ultimate, along with its self-developed network chip and touch chip, which should make gaming quite enjoyable. As for the flash memory, it uses LPDDR5X Ultra, which is top-notch. Next, we remove the top speaker. The top speaker of the OnePlus 15 is a fully metal-encased model from AAC Technologies, with a 1015 specification, which is larger than the 1012H of the previous generation OnePlus 13. Next, let's remove the bottom speaker. This bottom speaker is also AAC's 1015 specification. Compared to the previous generation OnePlus 13's 1115E, the bottom speaker is smaller. This means the top speaker is larger than the previous generation, while the bottom speaker is smaller. However, the advantage is that the top and bottom speakers are symmetrical, both being 1015 specifications, which makes the listening experience more balanced. Let's compare the actual sound quality with the iQOO 15.
No.
Do you think whose sound is better? And then we remove the OnePlus 15's tail plug board, and you can see that around its internal cable connector there are silicone pads. The Green Factory is really meticulous. This time its tail plug transmission rate is USB 3.2 G1 without any reduction. The wide charging rate is 120 watts, while other competitors this year are mostly the same. 100 watts plus a 7000 mAh battery combination. Currently I remember that this OnePlus 15 is 120 watts plus a 7000 mAh battery combination. As for why, let's take this battery apart. You can see that this battery uses a dual-cell single interface design, and each side is 3650 mAh, adding up to an equivalent of 7300 mAh. The battery capacity of the OnePlus 15 is directly 1300 mAh more than the previous generation OnePlus 13, which is a really significant increase. It can have this large battery with 120 watt fast charging mainly because of the dual cell feature, which allows for faster charging. There's still a motor left, let's take it out. The motor in this generation of OnePlus 15 is the same as its big brother, the Oppo Find X9 Pro, with a 0816 size, which is actually quite large among its peers. However, compared to the 0916 turbo motor used in the previous generation OnePlus 13, there is still some difference. Okay, so this is the complete internal view of the OnePlus 15. Let's put it back together. The battery life improvement of this generation's OnePlus 15 is really strong, definitely worth upgrading. I'm currently waiting for a small screen phone with a big battery and decent photography. If your budget isn't as high as over $4,000, you can actually consider the previous generation OnePlus 13, which has better imaging hardware, a super strong motor, and a custom 2K BOE screen. I looked at the OnePlus 13, and now the second-hand price on Zhongzhong is just over $2,400, which is more than $2,000 cheaper than when it was new. Moreover, Zhongzhong's phones have gone through multiple rounds of official quality inspection, so the quality is guaranteed. Okay, restoration complete. So which would you choose, the OnePlus 15 or the iQOO 15? Alright, feel free to chat in the comments section.